Now at 11, the future of abortion rights and recreational marijuana here in Florida will be in the hands of voters. Good evening, I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
And I'm Naja Sherman, and for Lauren Pastrana. Both issues will be on the November ballot, but as soon as next month, a strict 6-week abortion ban is set to take effect.
It's all part of today's major decisions from the Florida Supreme Court. CBS News Miami's Nikaya Carrero has reaction from both sides tonight.
In November, 60% of Floridians will need to vote in favor of limiting government interference with abortion in order for the measure to pass.
What it says that Florida will be ground zero for abortion in November.
The Florida Supreme Court made two significant decisions. It voted 4-3 to allow a proposed amendment that would enshrine abortion protections in the state constitution to appear on the November ballot. But the court also upheld a 15-week ban on abortions in Florida. This clears the way for a 6-week abortion ban signed last year by Governor Ron DeSantis to take effect in 30 days. The founder of Christian Family Coalition of Florida says this is what they want.
But the reason the 6 weeks is chosen is because that's the time that the heartbeat begins. Not at 4, not at 5, but at 6 weeks. So scientifically and biologically, if there is a heartbeat, there is a life.
The grassroots organization Florida Rising played a role in collecting enough signatures to get the measure on the November ballot.
They are trying to make sweeping decisions around their agendas that impacts people's actual bodies and lives and family and livelihood, right?
The measure on the ballot would guarantee the right to abortion before viability, which is usually around 24 weeks of pregnancy.
So the problem there is that this amendment is just too extreme for Florida. It legalizes infanticide in Florida.
What they did figure out is that the voters want it. They want to vote on it. The language was clear, it's concise, it's compliant, and it needs to go on the ballot, and we're glad that we got that ruling today.
Sheena Roll with Florida Rising says nothing brings Floridians out more to the polls than a clear issue like abortion. In Miami, Nikaya Carrero, CBS News, Miami.
As we mentioned off the top, the age-old and controversial question of whether marijuana should be legalized in Florida will also be on the ballot in November.
CBS News Miami's Jim Barry has a look at the high-stakes issue.
Well, Florida has already approved medical marijuana use. 60% of voters in November would have to vote yes for recreational use for it to become legal here. A serious lobbying effort is expected by the cannabis industry to push for recreational use. Those in favor say if it passes, the state of Florida could get a huge financial windfall from sales tax revenue and more dispensaries popping up all across the state. While some see the issue of recreational pot being politically polarizing, the head of one cannabis company sees otherwise.
I believe that cannabis legalization is one of the few bipartisan issues that we see in our country, where you have people from all walks of political life that have identified and seen that ultimately we are better off having cannabis in a regulated market where it can be taxed, regulated, and we ultimately bring it above ground.
Several dispensaries have already popped up along Biscayne Boulevard in Northwest Miami-Dade, and today some of the customers leaving them said they are all in favor of recreational pot being legalized here.
I'm excited about it. It gives opportunities for more jobs. It gives, more growers opportunities to be able to go out there and show their products. Medical marijuana has helped me a lot.
It's great. I think it's an innocent drug, man. The worst you're going to do is eat all the food in your refrigerator.
If recreational marijuana is approved by voters in November, Florida stands to become one of the largest markets for legalized pot in the nation. I'm Jim Barry, CBS News, Miami.